Bao Island Storyteller, Journey to the West. Hey kids, welcome to Bao Island. On Bao Island, every story has a taste. Today's taste is salt wind and river silver in the afternoon light. This episode, we're in Danshui. Today's story, the journey starts badly.
Welcome aboard the Bao Island bus, everyone. I'm your captain. Today we rode the MRT all the way to the end of the Danshui line, and now we're standing on the old promenade along the Danshui River. On one side, the river, wide and silver in the afternoon light. On the other, the old street, brick buildings from the Dutch and Spanish colonial era, mixed in with sausage carts, fishball vendors, ice cream shops, people everywhere.
It smells amazing here. Salt water and grilled things.
Danshui is one of the oldest trading ports in northern Taiwan. Before Keelung, before modern ports, ships from Portugal and Spain and the Netherlands came in here hundreds of years ago. Fort San Domingo, the red Dutch fort on the hill, is still standing. You can look out from its walls and see the same river those sailors saw.
History right next to the fishball stands.
That's Danshui.
I love it. Let's eat first, then talk about the terrible start to Tang Monk's journey.
There's something here, something drifting in off the wide silver river, salt wind and frying oil and 500 years of traders passing through, all of it folded into one small pillow of tofu.
Excited, what is it? Tell me.
Take a guess.
Mouth full, let me take a bite first. Excitedly, the one, the only, Ajay. Danshui's most famous food. Named after the Japanese word for fried tofu, aborage. You can only really get this here.
What is it exactly?
Excitedly, so, imagine a little pillow of fried tofu. About the size of your fist. The tofu skin is slightly chewy, golden. The inside is hollowed out and stuffed with glass noodles, transparent, slippery, a little sweet. Then the opening is sealed with a plug of fish paste. And the whole thing is simmered in a braising liquid until soft and deep with flavor. You eat it with a sweet potato starch sauce on top and a bowl of clear fish broth on the side.
It's a complete meal in one small package.
Every part does something different. The tofu skin is chewy, the noodles inside are slippery and light, the fish paste seal is springy, the sauce is sweet and sticky, the broth cleanses everything between bites. One dish, 5 textures.
It was invented here in Danshui in the 1960s by a woman named Yang Jinyu. She wanted to use up leftover fried tofu, and she discovered that stuffing it with glass noodles made something entirely new.
Eating leftover tofu became a Danshui icon. That's the best kind of food origin story.
Last episode, Tang Monk bowed to the emperor and rode west. He has his golden cassock, his 9-ring staff, his horse. He's the most holy, most respected monk in all of China. He is absolutely not ready for what happens next.
Quietly, what happens next?
He gets captured almost immediately.
Laughing, he's been traveling for how long?
2 days.
2 days?
The journey is 108,000 li. He has been on it for 2 days and he is already in trouble.
Long journey.
This is going to be a very eventful podcast series.
Tang Monk is riding through the mountain pass outside Chang'an. His 2 servant attendants are with him. The mountains are beautiful but empty. No one on the road. And then the sky darkens.
Oh no.
A roar echoes through the valley. Before Tang Monk can react, a tiger crashes out of the forest, but it's not just a tiger. It's a tiger monster. It grabs both of Tang Monk's servants in its claws.
Shocked, right away? Day 2 and his servants are grabbed?
In the original, one monster eats them. Tang Monk falls off his horse, scrambles behind a rock, too terrified to move, while the monster and its companions have dinner.
This is horrifying.
He is alone on a dark mountain road. His horse has bolted. He has no weapons, no companions, no Sun Wukong. The monkey is still under his mountain, remember, and a monster has just eaten his people.
Quietly, he's all alone.
He curls behind the rock and waits. All night.
Hushed, all night.
In the morning, when the monsters have gone, Tang Monk crawls out. Cold, shaking, alone. Then a figure appears on the road, an old man with a walking staff and a friendly face.
Who is that?
The Gold Star. The celestial official who serves as heaven's messenger, the same one who announced Sun Wukong's appointments all those chapters ago. Now he's been sent to help Tang Monk.
Heaven sent a bodyguard?
Not exactly a bodyguard, more like emergency assistance. The Gold Star transforms Tang Monk's escaped horse back into a sturdy mount, brushes the Tang Monk's robe straight, and says, "Master, this is only the beginning. The road ahead has 81 trials. You must pass every one of them. Courage."
81 trials.
And this is only the first day of the first trial.
Weakly, he told him that? Right now? That there are 80 more of these?
The Gold Star probably thought it was motivating.
It is objectively not motivating.
Context matters for encouragement. Let's cross the river. The ferry from Danshui to Bali takes about 5 minutes. Just a small wooden boat across the water.
Excited, on the water. The river is so wide from here.
The Danshui River meets the ocean just west of here. You can see the horizon if the weather is clear.
It must have felt enormous to the sailors who first came here. Before maps, before GPS, just the ocean, and a river mouth, and a fort on a hill.
Every journey has a moment like that. You arrive somewhere new, you don't know what's ahead, you just have to go.
Like Tang Monk. He knew the destination, India, but every day of the road was unknown.
What separates the people who keep going from the people who turn back isn't the size of the obstacle. It's something more internal than that.
What is it?
He believed the scriptures were worth it. Not just for himself, for everyone the scriptures could help. That belief is bigger than any single fear.
Looking at the water is beautiful.
With his horse restored, Tang Monk continues west. He rides deeper into the mountains. By evening, he is completely lost. The path has vanished. He doesn't know where to camp, or whether more monsters are nearby.
All alone in the mountains at night. This keeps getting worse.
Then he sees a light.
A house?
A hunter's cottage, deep in the forest. He knocks. The door opens, and there stands the largest man he has ever seen. Easily 6 feet tall, broad as a tree, with a great beard and a dead tiger slung over one shoulder.
Laughing, he knocked on the door and a giant answered holding a tiger.
The hunter's name is Lu Buqin. He looks at Tang Monk, who is pale, tired, clearly had a terrible day, and says, without ceremony, "Come in. You look like you need food."
Warmly, a hunter who leads with hospitality. I like him.
Inside, there's a fire, hot food, warmth. Lu Buqin's mother and wife. They make room for the monk and ask no questions for a while.
Just, come in. Eat.
the most ancient form of kindness.
Excitedly, we need more food. Back on the Danshui promenade, fish ball soup and iron eggs. Two things you absolutely have to eat here.
Danshui fish balls are slightly different from others.
Excitedly, yes. Danshui fish balls are bigger and bouncier than most. They're made from local ocean fish. The collagen in the fish makes the balls super springy. You bite in and there's just this satisfying resistance and then a burst of clear, clean fish flavor. The soup is a light clear broth with dried shrimp and white pepper. So warming.
And the iron eggs?
Excitedly, iron eggs, tiadon, are one of the great Danshui inventions. Quail eggs or small chicken eggs, braised in a soy spice liquid for hours, then dried, then braised again, then dried again. Over and over, 4 days. They turn completely dark brown, almost black. And the inside? Dense, chewy, deeply savory with a slight sweetness. One bite is like eating a week's worth of flavor.
They're called iron eggs because of the texture and color.
Hard as iron, dark as iron. But once you bite in, surprisingly tender. The outside gets hard but the yolk inside stays soft.
Something that seems impenetrable from the outside, but has softness at its core.
Pause. Are you comparing iron eggs to someone we know?
Calmly, possibly.
Laughing, Sun Wukong is an iron egg.
The next morning, Tang Monk sees something he didn't notice the night before. On one wall of the hunter's cottage, a small altar. Incense burned. A memorial tablet.
Someone in the family had passed.
He asks, politely. Lu Buqin says, "That's my father's tablet. He died 2 years ago." Tang Monk offers to pray for the father's spirit. He sits down and recites sutras Buddhist prayers for the departed for the whole morning.
Warmly, he's a monk. Of course he would.
And then Buqin says something surprising. My father, he wasn't a hunter. He was a monk, once. He left the monastery to get married, to start a family. He always regretted leaving.
Quietly, his father was a monk.
Tang Monk and Lu Buqin's father, they never met. But they're connected across death through the same vocation, the same path. Tang Monk prays for a stranger's father as if he were his own.
Softly, that's one of those moments where you feel the world is smaller than you thought.
And Buqin, this huge, practical hunter, bows his head while Tang Monk prays. His eyes are wet.
Quietly, he misses his father.
And Tang Monk, who was raised without parents, understands exactly what that missing feels like.
Two very different men. Same grief.
After a day's rest, Lu Buqin personally escorts Tang Monk through the most dangerous section of the mountains, the Double Fork Ridge. He knows the territory, knows where the monsters are, knows the safe paths.
The hunter becomes the guide.
For 3 days, Buqin walks beside Tang Monk. He fights off 2 monster scouts who try to ambush them. He clears the path. He makes sure the monk arrives safely at the boundary where civilized land begins again.
And then?
And then he has to turn back. The Double Fork Ridge is as far as he can go, his family, his territory, his life is here. He says goodbye simply. My road ends here. Take care of yourself, master.
Quietly, and Tang Monk is alone again.
But different from the first time. The first time he was alone, he was terrified and hiding behind a rock. This time, he's had help. He's been sheltered. He knows people like Buqin exist on the road.
The road is less frightening once you know that there are good people on it.
That's one of the quietest lessons in the whole book. You won't get all the way to India without help. The journey tests you, but the road also gives you exactly what you need, at exactly the right moment.
So Tang Monk is riding along. Alone. Again. What happens next?
He doesn't know it yet, but he's getting very close to something. There's a mountain to the west. Under that mountain, a very old, very impatient prisoner.
Excitedly, Sun Wukong.
500 years.
Sun Wukong has been sitting under a mountain for 500 years waiting for someone to come by and let him out.
Technically, he's waiting for the right someone. The seal was made by the Buddha. It can only be broken by a disciple of a truly virtuous monk. Anyone else walks by and nothing happens.
So he's been there 500 years and people have walked past and nothing happened?
Monks, merchants, soldiers all walked by, all triggered nothing. The seal holds.
Slowly, until Tang Monk.
Until Tang Monk.
That's going to be a reunion. A monk who almost gave up on day one, and a monkey who's been waiting for 5 centuries.
Two people who need each other enormously and don't know it yet.
Before we leave Danshui, let's look at Fort San Domingo, the old Dutch fort, built in 1644. Red brick, square towers, looking out over the river mouth.
From up here you can see all of Danshui and the river going out to the sea.
This fort was a trading post, a garrison, a prison, a diplomatic compound. It changed hands between the Dutch, Spanish, English, and Chinese over the centuries. Each group added something. Each group left something behind.
So the fort is also a kind of accumulation. Like iron eggs, layer after layer, braised into something that lasts.
Tang Monk's journey is like that too. Every chapter adds another layer. Every person he meets leaves something behind. By the time he reaches India 14 years later, he will be completely different from the gentle, frightened monk who hid behind a rock on day 2.
How does he change?
That's what the whole journey is for. We'll see it happen, slowly, over 100 chapters.
Looking out at the river, it's a long road to India.
Every long road starts with one step.
And apparently also with getting captured by a tiger monster. Motivating.
Time to wrap up. The Danshui River is turning golden in the late light. The ferry is still running, back and forth, small boats on a wide river.
Today we came to Danshui Old Port Town at the river's mouth, Dutch fort on the hill, the salt wind off the Taiwan Strait. We ate a fried tofu stuffed with glass noodles and fish paste, simmered soft and deep. We ate springy fish balls in clear broth, and dark iron eggs that are harder outside than you'd expect and softer inside. And we followed Tang Monk as he left Chang'an, got immediately captured by a tiger monster, was rescued by an old celestial official, and found shelter in a hunter's home, a man whose father was also a monk.
The journey started badly. But he kept going.
Next time, New Taipei Sanxia and Ingav Baroque old streets, ceramics workshops, golden croissants as big as your forearm. And the story, Sun Wukong is freed from under the mountain, becomes Tang Monk's disciple, kills 6 bandits, gets scolded, runs away, and gets a golden headband put on his head forever. It's a big chapter.
The headband. Finally.
Softly, the road is long, but there are good people on it. On Bao Island, stories grow up with you.